Hello everyone, we're in the Pecan Grove at the Walnut Valley Festival. I'm here at the JJFB Camp, Jim and the Fat Boys. This is the place and pretty close to the location we've been camping for going on, well, since early 90s anyway. And two of our band members have passed on across the River Jordan, so they're not with us anymore.
Hello! It's Erin May, and I'm in the Pink Elephant Camp in the Pecan Grove at the Walnut Valley Festival.
You know, this festival started when? I came on Wednesday last week. I was not talking about history.
Oh, I see. Yes.
It started last Wednesday when I came for Land Rush. When did you get here?
Also on Wednesday for Land Rush.
That's right.
Yep.
We're really close to Oklahoma.
We are. Yeah. We're the second from the southernmost town before Oklahoma right now.
And the Land Rush is part of Oklahoma history, and now you've got an assignment. Go Google it.
That's right.
For us, that means we get our gear, or we have a friend who gets our gear in line.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cannons or guns going off, but at the right time, your vehicle starts moving.
And then the line of campers descends into the campground. It disperses out until you
If
get
you're
your
lucky,
camp set up.
you get the spot you were looking for. If not, you get one, like your family, that you're perfectly happy with that you never would have thought of before.
Yeah, just in a different place. And you meet new neighbors. Sights and sounds of the Pecan Grove on the Sunday before. You can hear Stillwater Camp and the cicadas and see all the Christmas lights. Sound of tunes in the background. Hear the bass and the guitar wafting from one of the camps that had a jam session going. It was about midnight, and it was like the perfect combination of sounds in the Pecan Grove.
So this just keeps on going until the end, which will be, well, I'll leave and go home on Monday.
Yeah. The Mountain Dulcimer competition is on Friday morning, and the Hammer Dulcimer competition is on Saturday
Later afternoon. Yeah. Amongst all the other instruments that people have worked on tunes to bring here to, in my perspective, share music with the most appreciative audience you're going to find anywhere.
So true. Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't cost that much to buy that kind of an audience with your entry fee. It's like
right.
$20 to get in. There's 200 people.
Everybody's rooting for you.
Yeah, and they all want to hear what you're doing. And that is a bargain.
And you meet other people who play dulcimers.
And make some
or
fast
whatever your
friends.
instrument is. Yeah.
Make some fast friends.
Yeah.
So anyway, we wanted to give you a taste of that. So we're going to go over to the Pink Elephant Camp, which is a camp really close to where we're sitting right now. We'll tell you about this one in a minute. But the Pink Elephant Camp are people that camp together for a very long time, and Erin May has influenced them.
Yep. My family has camped near them since I was a little kid, and now I'm camping with them, and we've learned a lot of tunes together, including the one we'll play for you. Are you ready?
Speed.
John Stinson's number 2. The wrong way. 1, 2, ready, play.
questions that we got asked is, well, that what people were asking is how many is too many instruments of the same kind of instruments in a jam? Because in a bluegrass jam, you generally have one of everything.
Yeah.
And we had two dulcimers in this jam, and is that too many? You know, the banjo player was teasing and saying, I don't know, I just keep getting drowned out by two dulcimers. But it's a real question because
it's harder to hear each individual instrument if you have too big of a circle, if you have too many people in it, and it takes too long to pass the solos around, because in bluegrass you don't play simultaneously, you take turns playing. So the song might take 17 minutes if you have too big of a circle for each person to get their turn. So our kind of rule of thumb is a 3 limit. So if there's 3 guitars or 3 mandolins, it's time to start a new jam. That's too many of an instrument. And so at a festival like this, you'll walk through the campground and you'll see a little pod of players every few hundred feet. Because you just keep forming another circle and another circle rather than making the circle really huge. Versus like Carp Camp, that's one of the famous camps here. That's a little more like going to a dulcimer festival or a dulcimer jam or like an Irish session, and they just keep adding instruments and the circle gets bigger and bigger, but they play more simultaneously, so everybody's playing the melody together versus taking turns.
But the way Dave and others lead that one is they'll call for different instruments to play the melody.
That's right.
Mandolins! Nose flutes, didgeridoo, hammered dulcimer, national champions. You know, they come up with what are all the possible ways that you can have some people play, and then when it's not your turn to play, you're listening to what other people are doing, and then and then you have this big dramatic re-entry of the whole wall of sound kind of thing, and that's part of what makes that exciting.
It's sure, yeah. Sure.
And in the smaller group, the exciting thing is I can hear everybody. And it's, some people say, well, that's exclusionary. Nope, it's not. The inclusion is we're going to make another circle that you can be a part of. In which you'll have the best experience of everybody hearing everybody. So it may on the surface look like they're picking their favorites and I'm not one of them. It's like, no, they're making sure you get to have your own special experience with another group of people.
Yeah. And, I think one of the cool things about down here is how many different kinds of jams there are. There's some really straightforward bluegrass jams. There's some jams where they really just play tunes most of the time. I met some folks who host one called Forkin' Folk, and they've set out snacks every night, and they have songbooks. So they pass around the songbooks so that if you don't already know the songs, you're not excluded from participating. There's a gospel jam group, there's singing jams, there's a jazz jam that happens once a day, there's an old time jam. So there's like a wide variety of different kinds of ways of making music together too.
And the camp that I camp in Jim and the Fat Boys, Jim Pierce has gathered lyrics and chords for a lot of the songs. He plays every week on Tuesday nights with a group of people, and then we would each put ours in there. And when we get together, anybody who has that particular app on your phone or your tablet or something can follow along with the words. And if you're playing chords, you can see that. And in fact, what was really helpful about that last night, I mentioned that 2 of our members are no longer with us, who have passed in the past couple of years. Last night we said, well, let's sing some of their songs. Aww. And so we could go, yep, this is one of Jim Babcock's songs. Yep, this is one of Jeff's songs. And we could sing on their behalf. It's like when somebody can't be there to sing their song, whose job is it to sing their song? It's my job to sing their song. It's your job to sing their song. And we've talked before about the value of singing the songs of those who've gone on. I might not be my favorite song, but it was so-and-so's song, and I don't want that song. I mean, I don't go to Texas much. I don't waltz across Texas, but by gum, Judy Klinkhammer loved that tune, and so I will play and sing that tune for Judy.
Yeah.
Because I love Judy, and now I love the song. I got to get to Texas and waltz.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just wanted you to have a flavor of what's happening here at Winfield. And if you are here, find us and say hi.
That's
If
right.
if you're not here, just write it in the chat and say hi.
Yeah, and live vicariously through us for a little while.
And if you have a great memory of some gathering that you really love, share the memory with us. It doesn't have to be in these comments. It could be in any, you could just make a post and talk about, here's a great memory I have.
Yeah.
And sometimes the great memories are when something didn't go right.
True.
So don't think you have to polish them all up and get them shiny. Just share what you got.
Yeah, sweet.